Pisces, hello there, my beautiful friends. We're going to do your general tarot reading for late October 2023. Thank you so much for joining me today. You know I appreciate each and every single one of you. So let's get right down to business as always and start you off with an oracle card here, just so we could dip our toes into energy and see what's going on for the lovely Piscean people out there. My guides, talk to us Pisceans. Let's see what's happening as we get closer and closer to Halloween. And yeah, we're just going to take a real quick look at this first card. Then we'll get into the full reading itself. And at the very end, I'll pull you a bonus card from the Shadowland Tarot just to see what might be in the shadows or what shadow work you can lean in on, which is always interesting. But let's get it going here. Let's rock and see what we got for Pisces. My God, so what's happening here? What's going on with me and my friends? Okay, all right, the deck is being a little interesting. Okay, this is a very complex card that just popped out here, Pisces. So we're going to have to talk about it. Whether you're going through some complex feelings or complex situations, this does not have to be bad, but we have the aspect of time. We have communication, messages, letters, all sorts of stuff happening here. A little unknown with the moon as well. So before we fully dive into that, if you're new here, I'll be speaking about the October subscriber surprise towards the end, so you might want to check that out. Also, if you could kindly illuminate that like button by tapping it right on its third eye, you know I'd greatly appreciate it. But enough of the promo, into the reading. Let's talk about this card, which has many layers for us to look at. So as I said, with a complex card comes complex energies and emotions. So for a lot of Pisceans, you might be feeling a lot of things, you might be a little extra sensitive, or going through a lot of ups and downs when we have a card like this. And now, the main thing that always sticks out here is that big golden clock. There is some sort of aspect of time, so you might be waiting on certain things right now, whether it is communication, whether it's individuals. Time, we experience time in different ways. Sometimes time seems to move fast, sometimes it moves very slow, but there's a little waiting here. So either you or someone you're connected to is like anticipating something. That's a big possibility. Now also, I did say there's letters, there's birds, so communication, messages, that could be very big. There's also a moon showing up here, so there are aspects of the unknown, the unexpected, which makes sense with what I've been seeing in recent Pisces readings. So let's just put that down. And it is complex up front. So I'm very interested to see what shows up in the reading this week, that's for sure. And as I always say, that first card, it doesn't make or break the reading, it's just a footnote. Let's get you 3 cards in the upright, then we'll get into the intuitive juiciness here. So shuffle it up one time here for the Pisceans. My guides, talk to us. What's going on? And while we get the deck ready, let's talk about last week's reading. It was titled A Shocking Change. Now, I will say this, Pisces, it seems for like the past month or even over a month, we have been plagued with tower energy. Now, I always say towers could be good, they could be rough, but it's been showing up almost every week for the Pisces reading in one form or fashion. So if you've been experiencing towers, rough ones, good ones, I know that could be a little unsettling sometimes. So we'll hope that the energy stabilizes here this week, right? Hopefully it does for us, but let's see what's happening, my guys. Let's get 3 cards out. As you know, energy is very fluid, never set in stone, so only take this how it hits for you, because we could be seeing your vibe or someone you're linked to. Maybe people around you are experiencing towers as well, so let's see what's up. What do we have for Pisces here, late October? Thank you. 5 of Swords. It's a little cold. This energy is a little cold. That doesn't feel very Piscean to me, my friends. Okay, we have the 5 of Swords. That feels aggressive. Feels aggressive. Let's get a couple more. Doesn't have to be bad. That's an aggressive energy. Thank you. That's better. We have the 4 of Wands, so now we have some fire air showing up. So maybe we are looking at something where it's like past present or past future. See what's up. I do like that 4 of Wands. It's a very solid, stable, sturdy type of card. Now we have the 8 of Pentacles, very diligent. So Pisces, it's like a tale of 2 readings that we have here already. And I did say it in the very beginning, there's like an energetic complexity happening here. So let's go through. I'll give you some of the classical meanings and archetypes, and we'll get into that juicy, intuitive stuff. So at first look, first glance, obviously, I noticed we have 3 different elements showing up. We have air, we have fire, we have earth. Both of these 2 on the back ends are kind of like outer world things, but we also have the inner world with the swords. So we're going to have to go through one by one, because whether this is different situations or whether this is all one thing, it's complex. There's a lot of up and down here. And especially with the fire air in the beginning, that's like a spark plug type of energy, which could be good or it could be challenging. But position number 1, the Five of Swords, this card does have a bit of a harsh reputation. Now, every card has positives and challenges. When I see the Five of Swords, let's talk about the positives first. This could be someone that is trying to become a little more self-sufficient. This could be someone who is looking out for their own good and their own well-being, which is never a bad thing, right? It's only when you take that to the extreme is when it could become a challenge. But the challenges of this card is, like you see the image there, we have this person in the front, they have all the swords, the people in the back, they're all beaten and bloodied. So this can be like conflict, it can be cold, it could represent a selfish individual, this could represent a person that is a little narcissistic in their ways. But if we're talking about your mindset, because remember, the swords, they could represent the mind and communication. It's a little harsh, it's a little cold, it's a little serious in its ways. So whether your mind state, whether you're not as like watery as normal, you might just be a little more like, all right, yeah, I'm not messing around, I'm not feeding emotion into this. That could be a big possibility for some Pisces out there. So we'll just have to see whether that's your energy or somebody else's. That could be a little bit of a warning, especially since it's next to a card like the Four of Wands, which is fire. Now, this card, I would say almost always is a very positive card. The Four of Wands, the good old 11-11 card, I always say watch out for the powerful omens, the signs, the synchronicities from spirit, because they could be trying to guide you or move you in a certain direction in your journey. But to me, this is a very celebratory card. This card represents celebrations, parties, get-togethers, a cause for celebration. So when I see it, I do think of wins and victories. Other energies we think of with the Four of Wands is it's very stable. Like it's not movable, like it's something that's very stable and firm, which can be good, but it could also be a challenge, because when things are too stable, sometimes it's like we're running into a brick wall. So maybe you feel like that in some areas, possibly, but this could be something resulting in a much better way than you think possible when we have the Four of Wands. So we're just gonna have to see. It could also represent the home. There could be things surrounding family in the home when we have the Four of Wands. Now, getting to the back end is where the energy gets even more intriguing and nuanced. We have the Eight of Pentacles. This is a card that I love. It's one of my favorite cards in the deck. It's very dedicated type of energy. You see the person here, they're at a workbench, they're chiseling away at those pentacles. So to me, when I see this card, I think of artistry. I think of artisanal craftsmen, masters at their craft. This could represent literal work. So money situations, what you do for work, how you earn money. It's a card of businesses, opening up businesses on your own and things like that as well. But the main overarching theme that I think of with the Eight of Pentacles is effort, dedication. Okay, so if we're not talking about those other topics, there could be something you are wanting to give your dedication to, which could turn out well since it's right next to this Four of Wands. So we'll have to see what's up with this. Now, a challenge that we see with this Eight of Pentacles, it could be somebody that is a bit of a workaholic. Okay, this could be somebody that works, is always doing something, is always keeping busy. And I always say everything in balance, right? Like if you're always working constantly, that's going to affect personal relationships and stuff like that as well. But we really need to dive deeper on all this stuff, Pisces. Like I said, it could be separate, different things. Let's jump on in and clarify. All right, get a good shuffle here for my Piscean people and see what's happening, my guides. A little bit of a mixed bag, and it's all good. What's going on with Pisces? And yes, my friends, this is where I go intuitive with the message, which means I just tell you how it feels to me. So feel free to do further research or rely on your base knowledge of tarot, because as you know, every single reading is about the reader's interpretation, and I'm just giving you mine. Let's go in on that Five of Swords. And yes, if you're a reader yourself, please feel free to play along. That's why the box is here. If you're feeling any messages you want to give to Pisces, drop it down in the comments. I don't mind at all. All right, Five of Swords time. What's happening here? And before I pull the card, remember I was mentioning all the towers. Like 5 is a similar number that represents tower energy in numerology. So I like that it's going from 5 to 4. It is stabilizing. Let's get you one card out here, though. What's happening with that Five of Swords? Thank you. Yeah, stabilizing. Stabilizing. Good. Improvement. We have the Ten of Pentacles in the upright here, Pisces, underneath this Five of Swords. Okay. All right, this is someone that won't lose, who is of that mindset, and maybe that's a mindset you need to adopt, or that's just a way you're taking something. There could be something you were taking very, very seriously that you are not going to give up on. And it's like, listen, I'm dedicated to this. I will get this. I will get what I want. And nothing's going to stop me. Now, a lot of people give us Pisceans, I feel like it's not super accurate. They say that we're passive for the most part, that we're dreamy and we're always in the headspace, which is true. But I know, being part of the collective myself, that if we have something on our mind, something we are dedicated to, something that we want, we'll move heaven and earth to make it happen. Okay, so with this 10 of Pentacles, like, this is either a serious win or it's something you are taking very, very seriously, and you will see it through one way or another. It's like, no, I'm not giving up on this. I won't give up on this. I'm not stopping until I get the result I want. Like, it's that type of energy. Now, for a portion of you, I will also say there's a little bit of a warning about conflict within the family as well. I mean, that's a secondary message I could give to some Pisceans with the 5 of Swords, the 10 of Pentacles, issues like surrounding the home and family, because both of these cards could represent that. 10 of Pentacles, 4 of Wands. So watch out for that. But I would say, like, this is someone who's like, no, I know what I want. I know what my wins are. I know what my victories are. I know what the outcomes are I want, and I'm not stopping. Like, my mind is set. That's just the vibe I'm picking up. So take that for what it's worth. We're going to keep moving over. For some of you, maybe that's a person you're linked to, right? It's like, especially with the 8 of Pentacles on the back end. This is good, though. The 10 of Pentacles in the upright is good. To me, it's like someone, like, I'm going to see it through. Yeah, maybe I'll step on a few toes. I don't care. I'm gonna get that. So why is that 4 of Wands here? I'm gonna get that. Pardon me. Knight of Cups in the upright. Beautiful. It's like it's getting better and better, Pisces. So it's like we're turning a corner back into this positive energy. This is beautiful. It's a card that could represent us right here. The silky smooth, Prince Charming individual. There's forward movement, forward momentum. Now we have this earth-water mixture starting to happen. I love it. So the stability, things starting to stabilize, especially if you've been going through a very difficult time, whether it's internal stability, whether it's external stability, whatever conflicts or towers you might have been going through, I am seeing it start to, like, finally mellow out and stabilize. And I'm feeling this victorious, win-based type of energy once again. Like, it can happen. It can and will happen. Okay? Like, whatever it is to you, whatever your ideal result is or what you're moving towards. Now, if that makes no sense, if there's nothing you have on your mind, this is Spirit asking you, like, listen, you need to develop some goals. You need to develop where you want to go, what you want to do, because this energy is so good that you could start making big leaps and bounds towards that. When I get this Knight of Cups in the upright underneath this 4 of Wands, it could represent other things as well. This could represent marriage. It could represent long-term commitment. It could represent love options. So depending on what you're watching this for, that is a possibility, because we have this beautiful mixture of the earthly abundance, and now we have this emotional abundance as well. It's like we have the money, we have the love. So for a lot of you, there could be something really big coming in regards to personal connections. Let's move over to that 8 of Pentacles. It's multiple wins. It's multiple victories. Feels very big. Feels very big. I would also say follow the signs and omens, right? Like, Spirit might be really trying to grab your attention. Okay, you just got to pay attention to the signs, right? Like with the 1111 card, now the Knight of Cups in the upright, of Pisces card. So pay attention to the signs for sure. But let's see what's up with that 8 of Pentacles, then we'll do a quick recap. This is a claimable read this week, Pisces. Okay, as I said, if you're still in this 5 of Swords, if you're in conflict, if you're going through tough things, this energy is claimable for sure. Let's see what that 8 of Pentacles is about. And we'll do our recap. All right, wow. I mean, I know weeks ago, maybe a couple months ago, I did a reading for you, best reading ever, and we're rivaling that. Now, Pisces, we have the 10 of Cups in the upright underneath this 8 of Pentacles. These are wins across the board, straight across the board. And I promise you, I am not being biased because I'm part of the Pisces collective. Trust me, like some of my other signs, I have some dicey readings this week. But the way this looks, like, just look how beautiful this spread looks, the energy emanating off of it. It's like win after win after win, stack after stack after stack. It's like all areas of life, all things finally coming together. This is business related, it's work related, sure, but this is wish fulfillment. So what you put forth your energy towards, what you put forth your dedication, make your mind up, make the proper moves, dedicate yourself to it, this win. It's overwhelming. These wish fulfillments, they're overwhelming. And it's like one after another after another. It's like they're stacking on top of each other. So it doesn't matter if it feels like recently your whole world just collapsed, Pisces. These energies are a cause for excitement. Okay, it really is. Like, I'm claiming it. I hope you do too. Okay? And I know that like some of the messages are a little bit generalized. They have to be because it's a general reading. We have a lot of things connected to the home and the family and the big picture of life. That's the thing. A lot of these energies aren't just like what's happening in the next day or two. We're looking at the big picture, the whole kit and caboodle. So if you're not focused on that, Spirit wants you to do so, because there's good results in like every area of life. It's like we have the money, we have the emotion, the relationships, the love. Then we also have more work and business. So there's options everywhere. Like, this is a beautiful reading. Let's go through and do a quick little recap before we get into the shadow card. Love it. Okay. I'm going to look into this one further too. But position number one, we have the Five of Swords with the Ten of Pentacles getting serious, right? So there could be something you're making your mind up about. Like, no, this is what it's going to be. This is what I want. This is what I'm dedicating my energy to, which I did say, like, classically, people say that's not a Piscean trait, but I beg to differ there. Making the mind up, like, okay, like, I'm not stopping till I get this. I'm not stopping till I get what I want. Moving to the center, we have and it's a serious win, either getting serious about it or, once again, stacking them up one after another. We have the Four of Wands with the Knight of Cups in the upright. This bodes very well for any sort of personal relationships, love. This is marriage in the center for some of you, so it's really beautiful energy. And just watch for the signs and synchronicities from Spirit. And we get a triple down of the energy on the back with the Eight of Pentacles, Ten of Cups. Good things in regards to business, what you work towards, what you want, you can and will achieve. And we're looking at the big picture of life with all these cards. Okay, so big picture thinking, keep that in mind. Pisces, love it. Please take a screenshot. Let's get into the shadows real quick. I mean, that rival is the best spread I've done for you. That's for sure. I really do mean that. But let's see what's in the shadows for Pisces here. Guides and Spirit team. I like it. And yes, I always like to pull this last card just to see what's in the shadows, whether it's something within us, whether it's something we don't quite see. It's an interesting way to end off every reading. So let's get a shadow card. Oh, and yes, if you've made it to this point in the reading, please feel free to check out channel memberships. I'll put a link to it down in the comments. I'll be doing the first all signs members only reading this coming week. So if you want to join us, please do. Obviously, no pressure. Let's get you a shadow card. What's in the shadows for Pisces? Thank you. Justice. Okay, Libra energy starting to show up here. Karmic energy starting to show up here in the back end. I would say in this time, keep your eyes open for anything contractual, legal. So some of you, if you're dealing with anything like that, if you're signing any contracts, really read the fine print when we have justice in the shadows. But it is a big karmic card of reaping what you sow, what you put forth, you get back in return. So I feel like for a lot of Pisceans, when this shows up in the shadows, if it's not things balancing, because justice can balance things out, it is that new cycle turning, okay, which makes sense with all the towers we've been seeing recently, okay, and with all these beautiful energies, like things are working in the way they're supposed to, all right, things are elapsing how they're meant to when we have this card, if you're not connected to the Libra. So Pisces, that's what I have for you this week, my friends. Don't click away just yet, though. I'm going to give you the details. The October subscriber surprise. If you got your name in for the September subscriber surprise, the winners will be announced after this week's Fire and Air readings. But for October, I'll be going back to one of the classics. I'll be giving away 2 copies of the Everyday Witches Tarot. It's one of the most beautiful decks out there. So if you'd like to get your name in for this, it's 2 simple things as always, my friends. First, you must be subscribed. Second, let me know down in the comments if there's a zodiac sign that you clash with. If so, which signs do you kind of bump heads with? You'll be entered to win, and at the end of October, your name will be announced in the community tab, my friends. As always, much love, and I'll see you next time.